put it back to 0. Right, back to on again. Yeah, it's dead. There you go. Come on, come out. There you go. It's in my hand now. Hello everyone, it's Wilson here and welcome back to my channel. So we have another subscriber that's brought along his Mercedes R172 SLK. He's got a heater issue and he wants me to diagnose and repair it. Right, it's parked over there. Let's go and take a look. Right, there she is. Right, let's go in there, switch her on and see what the problem is. Right, switch the ignition on. Okay, right, let's see what's going on. Right, straight away I know what the issue is. No fan. There you go. I can't hear. I'm not hearing any noise from the fan and nothing's blowing out. Let's just turn it off to 0. Turn it back on. Nope, completely dead. Even on max as well. Yep, okay, fan issue. Right, let's move on to the next step. Right, I'm going to use my laptop and I'm going to resort to Xentry. It's a bit more powerful tool than my handheld iCarsoft. Right, let's go in there and take a look, see what's going on. Right, passenger car. There. It's a 250 CDI. Air conditioning system. That one down there. That didn't actually give any error codes for some reason. So I've gone to the next step. Look at the actual values and the actuation menus. And what I can see there, it's got some voltage and some current. But it's showing blower not running. Right. Let's have a play with the controls and see what that does with the status on my diagnostics. So I'm going to turn it off. 0 amps, which is responding to the condition that I'm setting on the controls. Let's turn it on to maximum. And what does it say there? So it's got current, it's supplying current and voltage, not much of a voltage to be honest, but it's constantly saying blower not running. So yeah, we definitely got a fan motor problem, or it could be the regulator. The problem with this, with no fault codes, it's one or the other or both. So let's take her apart and see what I can find in there, maybe test it with my multimeter as well. First of all, you've got to take the bottom panel off first before you can take the glove box out. So you've got to do it in that order. The bottom panel, there's 3 of these Torx, T20 Torx. So one there, middle and that side. So take those 3 out. And then the bottom panel will pull down and then pull off. And then the glove box is the same again, same screws, but there's 5 of them. There's one hidden, actually under there, one in the middle, and one there. So it's a little short T20 screwdriver in there to remove it. And there's 2 more longer T20s. Once you take the bottom panel off, you'll see them. They're under there, one there and one there on the other side. Take those off and then the glove box will slide out. Okay, right, let's pull this down. There you go. I've taken the screws out already, so the bottom panel just literally pulls off. Just be aware, some SLKs will have a connector here for the interior footwell light, but this one doesn't have it, so that's fine. Move that one out of the way. And then I've taken the screws off already for the glove box, as mentioned, and then literally, let me just show you. It just slides out. Literally, you just pull it, hold it gently. There you go. Easy as that. Just slides out, and then just you shouldn't need to take these wiring off, etc. Just leave them on, because just leave it on the floor like this, because the blower motor is just here. You can get to it without moving this. Right, under the blower motor, you have your regulator there. That's the blower motor, the whole unit, and that's the incoming power supply. So I'm going to take that off now. Take the incoming connector off. Just hold the connector to the left and right, hold the tabs, and then just pull it down. There you go. I didn't break anything. It's just this little edges in a way. But yeah, that's come off. I'm just going to put my multimeter on there and see what I get. hopefully we'll get 12 volts. Well, close enough, 11.55, because the car's off at the moment. So that's good. So we know the fuse is not blown for the incoming power supply to the fan motor. So on the output of the regulator, I can see this plug here, that one there, which feeds the actual fan. So I'm guessing that's the input, and then you've got the CAN bus signal here, so that responds to your control on your fan, which tells the regulator to regulate the fan speed used from this output. So I want to get this one off as well and measure the voltage output on there, on that on the output of the regulator. Right, let's get that off and put my multimeter on that. Right, that's off, and then multimeter inside the prongs of the regulator under there. Right, it's going to be a bit tricky getting my hands under there. See what I can do. Right. Oh, I am seeing something. 3.44 volts. So that's with the fan setting set to 1. Let's just vary the fan speed on the controller. I'm going to put it onto number 4. Let's see what that says. Right, so the fan speed controller on the dash to number 4, and that shows 7.74. Okay, so the voltage is varying. Right, let's put it on maximum and see what that says. And I'm getting nothing. Okay, it could be the regulator that's faulty. That's what it looks like. Right, let me plug it all back in. Okay, I plugged it back in live, fan speed at 5, and the fan's come on, but it's not at full speed. You can hear it? It sounds like it's on low speed. Let me see if I can adjust the speed to number 1. Okay, it's going to number 1. It's slowing down. Stick it back to number 5. And nothing. So we have got a fault. So the fact that I've disconnected it and put it back in, it's kicked it in, but it's not working again. So we've definitely got a fault. Put it back to 0. Right, back to on again. Yeah, it's dead. There you go. What could be the fault? I suspect it could be the regulator. The fan's obviously spinning. It did spin, but however, you know, with Mercedes electronics, it could be the fan's got a short circuit and it's tripping out the regulator, or vice versa. Now, I always suggest just to replace both of them. Get it done, get it fixed. Because the last thing I want to do is replace either the regulator or the fan, and then one of them will cause a fault on the other one or short it out, and then you've got even more bigger problems. You've got to buy another one. So my suggestion is let's replace the fan and the regulator at the same time. I know obviously most people will probably just do one at a time, but as I explained, there are disadvantages. You could cause another problem if you've got a faulty unit and put a good one in, and it may damage the new unit in that process. Anyway, let's go up to Mercedes and get a quote and see how much it cost. So what a palaver that was. They've got the regulator in stock, but they don't manufacture the actual blower anymore. It's discontinued. And there's one in Nottingham, but obviously we have to go and get it from them. So I'm going to have to get an aftermarket blower. So let's go searching for that. Trying to source a Mercedes R172 SLK or SLC fan motor right-hand drive with this particular part number is proving nigh on impossible. There's simply none available. I've looked everywhere. Eurocar Parts, GSF, eBay, Amazon, Autodocs, none. Not even a brand new second-hand, 0. Looks like right-hand drive models are screwed. But there is a workaround. This chap on our SLK Facebook group has posted that if you buy a BMW X3 fan motor, the X3 F25 series, you can take the innards out, the motor out of the housing, and then retrofit it into the R172 SLK SLC housing. It has been done and it works. So I've looked on eBay, there's plenty for sale. There's one here, which is for the F25 X3, £26. and it does indeed look similar to the R172 SLK and SLC motor. In fact, I think all you need to do is take the motor out with these Torx bolts, lift it out and put it into the SLK SLC fan housing. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the SLK and take it out and have a compare before I make this purchase. Let's try and remove this motor. Hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward. Just take these connectors off first, the power connector. Okay, so that's the power, and that's the CAN bus signalling cable, which I've already unclipped with a screwdriver. You just have to push the clip down and then that comes off like that. And then hopefully you should be able to release this fan housing, fan motor. There's a clip here. You need to pull this down, I believe. If I show you, pull it down and then twist it anti-clockwise. So just bear that very in mind. There you go. So pretty easy really, just push down, push it, and it anti-clockwise, and then the fan motor should just pop out like this. Right, come on, come out. There you go. It does indeed look the same. So that's the one at the SLK, and that's the one, the BMW X3. So I'm pretty certain, well, I'm 100% certain the top part, the motor, is identical. So the top part just needs to be undone by the 3 Torx screws, as you can see, on each corner, silver ones, and then swap it with the BMW one. Obviously the housing's different. You can see the lugs are in a different place on the actual housing. So that's what the difference is. You just keep the original housing and swap the motor across. So yeah, I'm going to crack on all of this, and then once that's arrived, I've also got the regulator on order from Mercedes. That's coming tomorrow. So I'm going to stick the new regulator on it as well. Everything will be brand new. I don't want to risk putting potential faulty parts and then causing an issue with either the motor or the regulator. So fingers crossed. Right, so a quick update for you guys. We hit a snag. The BMW X3 fan that I purchased, although it looks similar, it doesn't actually fit. So have a look at these photos. You can see the fan is actually about ½ centimetre taller than the original fan. So when I installed it into the car, it was rubbing on top of the housing unit and making a massive noise. So unfortunately, we're back to square one. 1 week later, we have a result. I found this newly listed on eBay a few days ago, a second-hand one. So these are like gold dust, £130. I snapped it up. We've got no choice really. Mercedes no longer have it in stock. The only thing I have done is put the brand new regulator, which I've purchased before, onto this new fan. Fingers crossed, let's get her fitted and sort the fault out. Okay, so it's all put back in now. So the fitting of the actual fan housing is the reversal of what we did earlier. So see this tab here? You just put it in and then turn the unit anti-clockwise and it locks back into this tab, and that's how it's held in. And then just a couple of connectors at the bottom, so the power and the CAN bus lead there, and then that's it. Right, let's put the ignition on. Okay, let's put on low for now. Let's come on, fingers crossed. Yes, we've got air finally, and the motor is definitely working, nice and quiet. Let's stick her on full blast. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Finally, we've reached a conclusion of a successful fix. Repair is complete. Another R172 SLK fixed. I hope none of my subscribers experience this issue due to the part situation. Please give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It's free to do so. In that way, you'll get notified of future videos of this nature. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye bye.